Hello and welcome to a mini retreat with breakthroughself.com. My name is Elvira Burns and I'm an Australian coach specializing in personal breakthroughs. My background includes corporate IT, technical and sales, my own acupuncture clinic, and coaching various individuals towards getting what they want, their goals. I understand what stress means and what it does physically and psychologically. Over the last 20 years, I have studied and practiced various mind and body tools and have come up with specific ways of erasing traumatic memories, limiting thinking and beliefs efficiently, fast, painlessly, and permanently. My work is based on the premise that at the core of us, we are perfect, powerful, smart, capable, sharp, and unstoppable. My work is akin to being a detective to find out what blocks the process in order to release it. However, since childhood, we have been accumulating successes and failures, traumas, perceptions, opinions of others, beliefs. All these are still running in our minds, and the sum total makes us into the person we think we are. We say, I'm emotional, I'm angry, or I cannot do this or that, or I'm too scared to try. We start resembling a smartphone, which has too many open apps that drain the battery and slow down the phone. When we try to do something, our mind screams a million objections, and our body feels tense and painful. Both body and mind are now totally affected. Performance is not ideal at all. Instead of fresh energy and clear approach, we get our head filled with negative thoughts and our hands are shaking. How do we become an unstoppable warrior and reach our full potential? We need to break through self, that so-called self, which is only an accumulation of useless thoughts and feelings, bad vibes, and so on, underneath which lies the unstoppable warrior. Telling oneself I'm strong is a very superficial way of working. Asking myself, what are my weaknesses, is deep and allows for erasing them and discovering natural strength that is already there and does not need to be manufactured. Removing anxiety, fear, tension, memories of failures and successes, and you will act in the now with awareness of what is here and now. Until then, we base our future on what happened in the past. When we tell ourselves, I'm going to win, our mind comes back saying, no, you won't. That's where all the important work on self-mastery lies, discovering the objections and clearing them out, digging for natural confidence underneath. To let go, one needs good techniques and one needs to master them too. So until one is skillful enough by oneself, one needs a coach, a teacher, a guide, someone who has mastered the techniques and can guide. That is the recipe for success. Especially when it comes to traumatic memories, one needs a guide to let them go. As a beginner, it's impossible to clear them out by oneself. I am such a guide, a teacher. I would like to work privately and confidentially, one-on-one, to help you break through. This is the fastest and surest way to success. So let me be your guide towards your own perfection and breakthrough, at least in this upcoming session anyway. Before we begin, let's do an exercise of awareness of what happens when we experience unpleasant emotions. Bring up something mildly unpleasant in your mind and notice if your breathing has changed. Typically, breathing becomes shorter and shallower. Again, bring up something mildly unpleasant. Now, pay attention to your body. Is there some discomfort, tension, or pain rising somewhere upon those feelings and thoughts? Now you understand that the mind disturbs the body and your physical abilities are restricted by the tension from thoughts and feelings. If you try to do anything in a state of being overwhelmed in mind and body, the results will not be good enough. Just imagine what happens to a computer when many programs are running. It is sluggish and slow to respond. Close some memories, failures, traumas, expectations by clearing them out of the body and mind. Discover the strengths and immovability underneath. Get your goal and win. In the coming session, we will try to dive in and clear out some of these. The brain and the nervous system are slower than the mind, and they need time to settle and adjust and prune the neural pathways that were built. We wait for them to catch up by feeling into everything as we emerge a fearless warrior. The following session has been designed and organized specifically to allow you to let go of the stress and clear out some of the mental stuff of the day. To really work towards your breakthrough, please contact me on any messenger for an absolutely confidential chat. I hope you get a lot of benefit from this mini retreat. You do not need to do anything special. Just find somewhere comfortable to sit with eyes closed and follow my guided prompts. You will be listening to the material based on 40 years of research on attention training. Any question, please do get in touch. I suggest listening to this mini retreat in the evening when you are free from your work and your daily tasks. It would be great to do this just before sleep. For now, get comfortable and enjoy your session. If you find this useful and helpful, please pass it on to friends and family who you think might need this. From Elvira with love. Let your imagination flow freely and effortlessly. The flowing words imagine, feel, sense, notice, become aware are all similar. They denote a multisensorial experience of open focus exercises, a combination of hearing, seeing, feeling, smelling, tasting, and thinking. Respond to the questions naturally and effortlessly. The ideal response to these questions is whatever spontaneously happens to your imagery or experience when a particular question is asked. Your opening and expanding awareness of your experience will be a continuous process and it will change over time. Your experience will transform as you continue to practice. Space, distance, and volume are similar and require no effort to imagine. Sit comfortably, upright, with eyes closed. You can sit on a cushion or in the chair, in an armchair, on a bench in the park, in your car seat, or any other convenient place where you could be sitting upright, relaxed, and not engaged in any other activity. Do not listen to these exercises while driving or operating any machinery. Do not be engaged in any other activity also. This is the way to help you achieve the state of being in alpha brainwaves. By closing your eyes, you allow your brainwaves to settle and change to alpha brainwaves faster. Follow the instructions you are about to hear with a relaxed mind, without any effort whatsoever, and imagine distances, spaces, feelings, volumes as you are being asked. Your experience will change over time. The most important part is imagining and feeling space. Imagining space causes the brain to generate synchronous alpha brainwaves where healing and letting go occurs. Relax and take 3 deep breaths in and out. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Have a general sense of your whole body while you are sitting upright. Notice generally your position in your seat and the room or space you are in. Position your hands comfortably on your lap or on your knees and move your fingers gently to relax your hands and to allow your fingers to be in a comfortable position, slightly separated. Feel the space inside your both thumbs. Feel the space that surrounds your thumbs. Feel the space inside and outside your thumbs as one whole space. Feel the space inside your index fingers, outside your index fingers. Feel the space inside and outside your index fingers. Feel the space between your index finger and your thumb. Feel the space inside your middle fingers, outside your middle fingers. Feel the space inside and outside your middle fingers. Feel the space between your middle finger and your thumb on both hands simultaneously. Feel the space inside your ring fingers, outside your ring fingers. Feel the space inside and outside your ring fingers. Feel the space between your ring fingers and your thumb on both hands simultaneously. Feel the space inside your little fingers, outside your little fingers. Feel the space inside and outside your little fingers. Feel the space between your little finger and your thumb on both hands simultaneously. Feel the space inside all of your fingers simultaneously. Feel the space around all of your fingers simultaneously. Feel the space inside and outside of your fingers simultaneously. Feel the space inside all of your both hands. Feel the space around your hands. Feel the space inside your wrists and lower arms and elbows. Feel the space inside and outside your wrists and lower arms and elbows. Feel the space inside your upper arms. Feel the space inside and outside your upper arms. Feel the space inside your toes. Feel the space around all of your toes. Feel the space inside your feet. Feel the space around your feet. Feel the space inside your lower legs. Feel the space around lower legs. Feel the space inside your upper legs. Feel the space around upper legs. Feel the space inside your groin up to your waist. Feel the space around this whole area. Feel the space inside your torso from the waist up to the shoulders. Feel the space around your torso. Feel the space inside your shoulders. Feel the space around your shoulders. Feel the space inside your neck. Feel the space around your neck. Feel the space inside your head. Feel the space around your head. Can you imagine distance between your eyes? Can you imagine distance between your ears? Can you imagine the distance between the space between your eyes and the space between the ears? Can you imagine the space inside your nose as you inhale and exhale? Can you imagine the space between and around your eyes? Can you imagine distance between your nose and eyes? Can you imagine the space inside your throat as you inhale? Can you imagine the space inside your nose and throat? Can you imagine the space inside your mouth and cheeks? Can you imagine the surface of your tongue? Can you imagine the volume of your tongue? Can you imagine the volume of your teeth and gums? Can you imagine the volume of your lips? Can you imagine the distance between your upper lip and the nose? Can you imagine the distance between your throat and chin? Can you imagine the space inside your ears? Can you imagine the distance between the tip of your chin and the top of your head? Can you imagine the distance between the tip of your chin to the back of your neck? Can you imagine the distance between the tip of your chin to your cheekbones? Can you imagine the space between the cheekbones? Can you imagine the distance between the tip of the chin and your eyes? Can you imagine the space between the eyes? Can you imagine the distance between the tip of your chin in the middle of your forehead? Can you imagine the distance between the tip of your chin and the corners of your mouth? Can you imagine the distance between your chin and your lower lip? Can you imagine the volume of your jaw? Can you imagine the distance between your nostrils? Can you imagine the space inside the bridge of your nose? Can you imagine the distance between the bridge of your nose and the back of your head? Can you imagine the space around your eyes filled with space? Can you imagine the volume of your eyelids? Can you imagine the distance between your eyelids and your eyebrows? Can you imagine the volume of your forehead? Can you imagine the volume of your scalp? Can you imagine the volume of your face, scalp, simultaneously? Can you imagine the volume of your neck? Can you imagine feeling volume of your shoulders? Can you imagine the volume of the entire body? Can you imagine the space around the body? Can you imagine the space surrounding and interpenetrating your whole body? Can you imagine the space filling the room in the entire universe as far as you can imagine? And now come back to yourself. Let's bring into focus our today's day. What is the biggest thing about today that you would like to let go of? Notice how thinking about it brings emotions in the mind and unpleasant feelings of tension in your body. Choose the strongest sensations in your body and feel the shape of their space. Just feel that space. And feel the space all around that space, all around your body, and all the way out into space as far as you can imagine. Just feel this vast space. Come back to yourself and recenter on what about today you wanted to let go of. The same topic. Notice how thinking about it brings emotions in the mind and unpleasant feelings of tension in the body. Choose the strongest sensations in your body and feel the shape of their space. Just feel that space. And feel the space all around that space, all around your body, all the way out into space, as far as you can imagine. Now come back to yourself. And for the third time, recenter on what about today you wanted to let go of. Notice how thinking about it brings some emotions in the mind and unpleasant feelings of tension in your body. Choose the strongest sensation in your body and feel the shape of that space. Just feel that space. And feel the space all around that space, all around your body, and all the way out into space as far as you can imagine. Just feel this vast space. Now come back to yourself. And what something about yourself you would like to let go of today? Notice how thinking about it brings emotions in the mind and unpleasant feelings of tension in your body. Choose the strongest sensations in your body and feel the shape of that space. Just feel that space. And feel the space all around that space, all around your body, and all the way out into space as far as you can imagine. Just feel this vast space. And come back to yourself and recenter on what about today you wanted to let go of about yourself. Notice how thinking about it brings emotions in the mind and unpleasant sensations in the body. Choose the strongest sensations and feel the shape of their space. Just feel that space. And feel the space all around that space, all around your body, and all the way out into space as far as you can imagine. Just feel this vast space. And come back to yourself, and for the last time, recenter on what about today you wanted to let go about yourself. Notice how thinking about it brings emotions in the mind and unpleasant feelings of tension in your body. Choose the strongest sensations in your body and feel the shape of their space. Just feel that space. And feel the space all around that space, all around your body, and all the way out into space as far as you can imagine. Just feel this vast space, in and out. Come back to yourself. And what personal strength do you feel is most important to you today? Notice how thinking about it may bring emotions in the mind and unpleasant feelings of tension in your body. Choose the strongest sensations in your body and feel the shape of their space. Just feel that space. And feel the space all around that space, all around your body and all the way out into space as far as you can imagine. Just feel this vast space. Come back to yourself and recenter once again on the personal strengths you feel is most important to you today. Notice how thinking about it may bring emotions in the mind and unpleasant feelings of tension in the body. And choose the strongest sensations in the body and feel the shape of their space. Just feel that space. And feel the space all around that space, all around your body, and all the way out into space as far as you can imagine. Come back to yourself and for the last time, recenter on the personal strengths you feel is most important to you today. And notice how thinking about it may bring some emotions in the mind and maybe some unpleasant feelings still in the body. Choose the strongest sensations in the body and just feel the shape of their space. Just feel that space. And feel the space all around that space, all around the body, and all the way out into space, as far as you can imagine. Just feel this vast space, inside and outside. Now come back to yourself. Open your eyes, smile, and feel grateful for the peace you have obtained by putting in time towards your success, happiness, and good health. See you again.